As I speak right now, I can tell you that I have shivers running down my spine. When I woke up in the morning, there was no news from home. My mother called me yesterday and she texted me multiple times that she doesn't know what is happening and she wanted to speak once before they banned the internet. Unfortunately, I was not available at that time, but she left a voice note, and that's all I have from the memories of home. Entire Kashmir Valley was gripped in fear. They were extremely anxious about whatever was happening, and the most important thing that they were worried about was more than 35,000 troops had come into Kashmir, and that was really, really scary for them. There were orders being passed out by the government that people started hoarding stuff. They started filling the petrol tanks of their vehicles. They started getting rice and oil and whatever they need for 6 months ahead. And that was really scary. And she said, we did not know how long the siege is going to be and how we are going to get medicines and more supplies for babies and infants. And that was the most scariest part. It was a huge setback, and I and my friends who were outside of Kashmir were shattered. The Kashmir people in Kashmir apparently still don't know what's happening to them because there is no media and all the communication is blocked. Yes, it was a huge surprise because I personally thought that it is only an election gimmick for them. They would never do this because this is a very fragile issue, and fiddling with Article 370 is beyond measure, and it's a huge surprise for me, yes. And now that this is being done on a constitutional level in broad daylight, I don't know what the implications are going to be. As soon as the siege is lifted, even though there are more than 35,000 troops additional to the 700,000 troops that are in Kashmir right now, I think people are going to come out on the streets and they are going to fight for their rights. The reaction from the international community has to be much bigger and at a much bigger level, like the United Nations. Otherwise, everything that Kashmiris have sacrificed over the last 70 years is going to go in vain, which they should not let that happen. Right now, it's time to show solidarity with Kashmiris, and I think we cannot delay this. If we delay this, this is going to be a very, very dark chapter in the history of Southeast Asia.